Before Rolls-Royce became a symbol of luxury and power, its story began with two men from very different worlds. Henry Royce, a poor, self-taught engineer, grew up fixing machines and chasing perfection. Meanwhile, Charles Rolls, a wealthy aristocrat and thrill-seeker, was fascinated by speed and innovation. In 1904, Rolls saw one of Royce's quietly brilliant cars and was instantly impressed. Despite their differences, the two men shared a vision to build the best car in the world. That chance meeting marked the start of a partnership that would redefine engineering and leave a legacy far greater than either man could have imagined. The legendary rise of Rolls-Royce began in 1904 with the unlikely partnership between Henry Royce and Charles Rolls. Royce's meticulously engineered car so impressed Rolls that they vowed to build the best car in the world without compromise. Their 1907 creation, the Silver Ghost, embodied that promise. So smooth, it could idle without vibrating, and so reliable, it drove over 14,000 miles non-stop, earning the title, "The Car That Never Breaks." However, such perfection was costly. Each car took 6 months to build, and the company often lost money on every unit sold. The outbreak of World War I shifted Rolls-Royce's trajectory. To survive, the company pivoted from luxury cars to aero engines, laying the foundation for its future in aviation. This transition proved pivotal. During both World Wars, Rolls-Royce engines powered British aircraft, cementing its status as a national asset. Yet this same focus on engineering excellence and technological ambition later became a double-edged sword. Decades later, the RB211 jet engine project, another high-stakes attempt to push the boundaries of innovation, mirrored the perfectionist roots of Royce, but on a much riskier scale. The same spirit that built the Silver Ghost led to massive technical overreach, ultimately causing the company's 1971 bankruptcy. Thus, the company's downfall was ironically rooted in the same uncompromising pursuit of excellence that had first made it great. When World War I broke out, Rolls-Royce, known for its elite Silver Ghost, faced a harsh truth. Luxury cars had no place in a world at war. Faced with collapse, Henry Royce made a bold pivot. He redirected the company's engineering genius from cars to military hardware. This decision would redefine Rolls-Royce's future. During World War II, the company developed the legendary Merlin engine, a 27-liter V12 marvel that powered the Spitfires and Hurricanes, the very aircraft that turned the tide of the Battle of Britain. The Merlin became a national symbol, and without it, many argue Britain may have lost the war. The success of the Merlin marked a turning point. Rolls-Royce transitioned from a car maker known for quiet perfection to a defense powerhouse. By the end of World War II, over 80% of the company's revenue came from military contracts, including aircraft engines and tank components. The car division, once the soul of the brand and the fulfillment of Royce and Rolls' original vision, became a secondary concern. The company's identity began to fracture. It had been born in luxury, but thrived in war. This internal tension only grew in peacetime. As civilian demand returned, Rolls-Royce struggled to balance its two identities. Was it a purveyor of handcrafted automobiles or a strategic defense contractor? The company tried to be both, but the enormous cost and complexity of jet engine development, particularly with the RB211 project, revealed the consequences of that split. The same drive for engineering excellence that built the Silver Ghost and Merlin would nearly destroy Rolls-Royce in 1971, when its aerospace ambitions outpaced its financial stability. By the 1960s, The identity crisis that began after World War II had reached a breaking point. Rolls-Royce, once revered for the handcrafted brilliance of the Silver Ghost and the wartime heroics of the Merlin engine, had become a bloated, overextended giant. Its obsession with cutting-edge engineering, born from Henry Royce's perfectionist legacy and sustained by decades of military contracts, now manifested in the RB211 jet engine, a complex, over-ambitious project that spiraled billions over budget and years behind schedule. In 1971, the inevitable happened. Rolls-Royce declared bankruptcy, and the British government had to step in to nationalize the aerospace division to save critical defense capabilities. To salvage what remained, the government split the company, treating its prized car division like an afterthought. Sold off separately, Rolls-Royce Motors began a long decline. Deprived of the engineering core that had once driven its greatness, the car division drifted into irrelevance, producing outdated and overpriced vehicles, trading more on nostalgia than innovation. Then came the final humiliation in 1998. BMW, a German automaker once eclipsed by Rolls-Royce, launched a hostile takeover of the car division. The British media decried it as treason, but BMW discovered a brutal irony. Rolls-Royce Motors didn't even own the rights to its own name or the Spirit of Ecstasy emblem. Those belonged to Rolls-Royce plc, the now independent aerospace company. BMW paid $40 million for the trademarks and, with that deal, erased any remaining British control. A company once born from a Manchester workshop and aristocratic ambition was now German. A stark ending to a century-long saga shaped by brilliance, war, and overreach. BMW's takeover of Rolls-Royce was as uncompromising as it was transformative. After acquiring the brand and its precious trademarks, BMW slashed 90% of the old workforce, wiping the slate clean to rebuild Rolls-Royce from the ground up. They constructed a new factory designed for absolute precision and silence, so quiet that workers communicate in whispers, reflecting the brand's obsessive attention to detail. Each Rolls-Royce Phantom now takes 6 months to hand-assemble, a process that borders on artistry. The materials are extravagantly sourced. The paint includes crushed diamond dust for an unparalleled sheen, while the leather comes from cattle raised in insect-free pastures to ensure perfect hide quality. But the crown jewel of BMW's revival was the bespoke program, a hyper-customization service that turns each car into a personal masterpiece, tailored to the whims of billionaires and world leaders alike. One particularly famous example is a headliner embedded with 1,340 fiber optic stars, costing a staggering $250,000 alone. Despite all this luxury and innovation, Rolls-Royce has taken a controversial stance on electrification. They have pledged to refuse going electric until at least 2030. This decision is deeply tied to their clientele, CEOs, oligarchs, and dictators who prioritize opulence and power over environmental concerns. For these clients, the appeal lies in the roaring 6.7-liter V12 engine, a gas-guzzling beast that defies modern austerity trends. The V12 is more than just an engine. It's a symbol of excess and old-world grandeur, a deliberate last gasp of a fading era where status was measured by unrestrained luxury rather than eco-consciousness. This refusal to electrify underscores the company's complex legacy. From humble beginnings in a Manchester workshop to a global emblem of excess, Rolls-Royce continues to serve those who want to flaunt power in a world moving towards restraint. Today, Rolls-Royce has transcended its role as merely a manufacturer of luxury cars. it has become a symbol of immortality and legacy. When a phantom quietly glides by, it's not just a vehicle, it's a living tribute to history, ambition, and power. It embodies the ghosts of its founders. Henry Royce's relentless obsession with perfection, Charles Rolls' daring spirit, and the echoes of a once mighty British Empire that shaped the world. These cars carry more than metal and leather. They carry stories, identities, and status that stretch far beyond the present moment. In an age where technology constantly changes and fortunes rise and fall, Rolls-Royce offers something timeless, the assurance that despite all, the car and its owner's legacy will endure. This idea of enduring legacy is physically preserved in a leather-bound book kept in a vault at Goodwood, where the company's current home and factory reside. Within its pages are meticulously recorded the names of every Rolls-Royce owner, from royalty and celebrities to tycoons and dictators. Intriguingly, these names never disappear or fade, symbolizing the brand's promise of permanence and exclusivity. This is a sharp contrast to the company's turbulent history: bankruptcy, government takeovers, and foreign ownership, demonstrating that while companies may falter and empires crumble, a Rolls-Royce remains a timeless monument. Thus, the true luxury Rolls-Royce sells is not just the craftsmanship or the bespoke materials, but the illusion of eternity in a fleeting world. It's a powerful reminder that some things, heritage, prestige, and the pursuit of perfection, can outlast even time itself.